Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining me again today. I'm your movie guru back with another review. This time I'm going to be reviewing a treat. This one is a true treat. The Invisible Man. It's a remake of the classic 1930s film of the same name. This time it stars Elizabeth Moss, Aldous Hodge, and Oliver Jackson Cohen as the villain. Elizabeth Moss is the protagonist. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you I give this an 8 out of 10. It's got a 90% score on Rotten Tomatoes for the critics and then an 89% score for the audience. The basic plot of the film is a lady escapes from her abusive, controlling boyfriend. So he fakes that he killed himself. And he's actually this really advanced tech guy who's been experimenting with all this, optical illusion technology. And so he has found a way to turn himself invisible. So everyone thinks he's dead, but he's not really dead. He turns himself invisible, and then he goes and starts wrecking with her life, making her question her own sanity, and then in the process making other people think she's crazy as well. So this film, it's rated R. It's got it's got a horror type of atmosphere, a horror type of vibe to it. I wouldn't. It's definitely a horror film, but it's very much more so, I would say, a thriller. It's very tense, lots of suspense. And it is really well done. First and foremost, I want to say that Elizabeth Moss, very, very good job in acting. In a film like this, where the antagonist is invisible, there's scenes where she's being attacked, by the invisible man, and so, she's got to play it off, right? We know that there's obviously no one that's really invisible there. She's got to act like she's fighting with someone invisible, and she's got to act like she's afraid. And kind of how you get that sense sometimes when you feel like something's in the room with you or somebody's there but you can't see them. So she's got to act like this, knowing that nothing's actually there, but pretending that something there is. So with it being that type of film, where it's, most of the film is primarily on one actor. Aldous Hodge, he does have some roles. And, there are other secondary characters that come in as well. She has a sister who plays a bit of a role. Our antagonist, he has a brother who plays a bit of a role. There are definitely other actors in the film, but it's primarily Elizabeth Moss, and this type of film is really either going to sink or swim by her performance. She's really pivotal in that way, when you've got a film where the villain is invisible. And she really knocks this out of the park. She 100% makes you feel that she believes what she's going through. When she's afraid, you feel her fear. When she's upset, you can feel it. You're upset with her. You can feel her emotion. And as best as you can, you understand what it would be like to be fighting someone that, is there, feeling that you're crazy, that you feeling something, but, no one else believes you. And the director, Leigh Whannell, I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of that name, but the director does a really good job of setting up scenes so that it will be, very suspenseful, even though, there might not be much going on. A good example of this is, the Paranormal Activity films. Definitely there are some better than others. But the first one that really got all the popularity, and I also enjoyed as a film. I think one of the things that it did really well is it made normal scenes seem frightening. So Usually it's kind of a horror trope. It's always a dark and stormy night, or it's pitch black, or it's out in the woods, some remote area, something like that to kind of build the scene of this horror and dread. It's never broad daylight, in the middle of the day, or, something like that where something happens. Well, Paranormal Activity, it really kind of set new ground, and it's, hey, this is the middle of the day, this is not in a remote setting, and we're going to make that seem frightening to you. And the director in this film does a really good job of setting up shots that, hey, this is something normal, but yeah, if there was somebody that you could not see following you around, just everyday circumstances, you'd be wondering, is he there? Is he not there? What's going on? Am I being watched? So that paranoia would follow you throughout the whole day and seeming normal instances. I would say I was surprised, how well done I thought it was. I have a lot of friends, online and otherwise, who I've seen or who I've heard comment about this film, and they were surprised at how well it was done. If you like thrillers, if you like suspense, you like horror films, you cannot go wrong with this one. I definitely think you'll enjoy it. Once again, I get an 8 out of 10. Definitely seeing it in the theater. I think that it really enhances the experience, seeing it with an audience. Definitely go see this one. You will enjoy it. 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next one.